Football League. It's a special Thanksgiving night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football, as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
This is brought in at the 21. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big pickup of 38. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins will first here tonight. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pierce. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pierce. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
To throw on 2nd down. Pierce. But it's caught. Tompkins. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Pierce. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crop. Bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too, but it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing deep for Stewart. Touchdown! A great effort there. 59 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Pierce. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run the counter. Seymour. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 3rd down, Pierce. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pierce rolling to his right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Flushed it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at about the 28. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 1. Throwing deep for Stewart. And a high throw there as this is knocked away. Down to the ground and incomplete. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Watkins. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. That good for 19 and a first down. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. It's Stewart. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. That's the #2 receiver in the... NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be #1.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Second quarter from Miami, it's the Dolphins with the football. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, it's Watkins, and he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 2nd down, Seymour. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Off the play fake, Pierce. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Miami's offense set and ready to go. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are,
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It's a big play there. For Miami, 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Up the middle they go. Watkins. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bills ready to take over. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Forced out to his left. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw on 3rd down, Pierce. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is fielded at the 27. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, That's a flag coming out every time.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing deep for Stewart. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Watkins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing deep for Stewart. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A big play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On 1st and 10, Pierce. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down now, Seymour, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Pierce. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Up the middle they go. Seymour. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Now a handoff up the middle. Tompkins, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
In motion left goes a tight end. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side. A leap in. He's got it. He got it. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Up the middle they go. Watkins. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 61 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Then he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Once again, hope everyone out there has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Settling down now to watch Thursday Night Football. But let's take a look ahead to what's coming here on the rest of this holiday weekend. Some good games starting in the early window on Sunday, and one of the big ones features the New England Patriots, as they'll have to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field.
A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he's going to be brought down at about this. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stewart. Touchdown! A 16-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Tompkins. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in. field position, 1st and 10. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. 47 yards. And the Dolphins are pouring it on. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. How can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up. And make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
To throw on 2nd down, Pierce steps away to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That one a first. Down pickup of 8. Now a handoff up the middle. Seymour. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Let's go, Pete, let's go. Let's get there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Check.
Back to throw. Pierce. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Operating from the gun. Pierce.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Sliding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Mike's 54. Mike's 50. Ready, go. Ready, go.
On third down, Pierce. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to go down again. And that'll bring up fourth down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared.
He's got a man complete. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
So from back deep in their own territory, all the way into the end zone. You think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. To throw on 3rd down. Pierce into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quay Walker, and the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having, because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Drill, 52.
On 3rd down, Lawton, and he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a pickup of 6.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pierce. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Check, 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 check. Clock, 10. Ready, go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Check 31, check 31. Ready, go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go. It's Watkins, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. Standing alone with a new NFL record 32nd touchdown. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, Pierce. Pierce has it knocked loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown.
And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Throwing on 1st down. Pierce. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Point after here coming up. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Yellow, 43. Fight, 60. Check, crunch. Ready, go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
35, watch 35. 40's the line. Squeeze. Ready.
On 2nd down, Lawton, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Davis Price on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Ty Davis Price,
A 12-yard touchdown run.
and the Dolphins continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Dolphins getting set to go here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
On second down now, Lawton. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line.
77 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Second down, here's Davis Price.
And he's got room.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their... fingers, as do the runners.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They run the counter. Lawton, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again. The extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On second down, Tompkins calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
On the counter, Davis-Price.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Watkins.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 76 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
97.
On 1st down, Lawton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Yellow, 43. 52 blaster. Come on, QB, come on. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Shotgun and then a handoff to Davis Price.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
30-yard line, 2nd and 12.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep.
So for the Dolphins, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.